Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be kind of walking you through my process as far as how I practice or warm up for a gaming session in Warzone. It's fairly simple. It's nothing new. A lot of people make videos about this. This is just kind of my version of it and what I do. But basically, I create a private match with about 8 or 9 bots, all on the recruit level. I'm not trying to sweat in my warm-up. I'm just trying to make sure my centering and anticipation is good. Working on those things. Again, I'm not trying to go all out here in this. I just want to make sure I'm ready to go. But I always start out with my pistol because it takes more bullets to kill. Because I left the health at 100. And my goal with the pistol is, or what I work on with the pistol is that my center dot has to be on an enemy before I can fire my gun. So again, that helps me work on both centering and anticipation because I have to be ready for a gunfight. And yeah, too many people. I also don't currently have my mini-map on. Which also helps with, anticipation. That's why I'm always, trying to slide around corners so that my gun and crosshairs can be out. I'm ready for a fight because I don't know where anybody's at. Obviously, doing it with the minimap on is also a good idea, so that way you can get used to reading your minimap, which will help you with anticipation of knowing where enemies are at and things of that nature as well. Because in Warzone, you're looking for weapon pings, or maybe you have a UAV up. So you need to get used to reading a mini-map, being able to pay attention to that information, and being able to execute with that information to get more kills. Another thing that I like to work on is my strafing. And why that is important is because most people aim wrong. And what I mean by that is, most people think that they're supposed to aim with the right joystick, and they're jerking it all over the place, and that's why you have terrible aim. Or I don't know, maybe one of those TikTok kids doing all this crazy stuff, I don't know. But when it comes to aiming, a lot of people think that you're supposed to aim with your right joystick, and that's not the case. You actually need to aim with your left joystick and control recoil with your right joystick. So what I mean by that is, once I hear somebody. Well, let's say that pole right there is an enemy, okay? And let's imagine that you have a vertical line down the center of your screen in line with your center dot, obviously. If the enemy is to the left of it, your center of that center line or your crosshair, you want to strafe left into them. And if they're to the right, you want to strafe right into them. So pay attention to that, because that's something that I'm constantly working on. See, I strafed right into him, strafed right into him, and then I got killed from behind. But notice how I work on that when I'm strafing with that guy. The reason you want to do that is because that's what, that's how you abuse rotational aim assist. So see, that guy, he started out to the left, so I strafed left, and then he went to my right, so I strafed back right. So again, you want to aim with your left joystick and control recoil with your right. The next thing you need to work on when you're practicing or warming up is hip firing before you ADS. Because the time to kill ratio is so fast in Call of Duty, you want to get that first shot off. So you want to practice going around and hip firing and then ADS along with your strafing. Add that in and you'll start killing people super quick. So hip fire, ADS. And you can exaggerate it. You obviously won't take that much time to ADS, but just to get in the habit, of doing it, make it that long. And then, as you get better and more used to it, you can get that time down quicker. Just helps you lock. Where was that? Okay. This helps you lock on players a lot better. Alright, let's talk and more playing. I think you get the point of it. Again, this is what I do for, if I can't play, I at least make sure I do this for 10 minutes a day. If I'm about to play some Warzone, then I take that down to just maybe 5 minutes and just do my pistol. But yeah, that's how you get good aim and can really help you improve at Warzone. I hope this helps. If you got any questions, leave a comment down below. Alright, so this is how I go about setting up a private match for when I need to practice or warm up for Warzone. First thing you're going to want to do is go into multiplayer. Click on find a match, scroll all the way to the bottom to where it says private match, and then click X to create that private match. Now it takes a second for these options right here to load up. I guess it's creating a private server or something like that. I don't really know. But during that time you can go over and look at your weapons if you want to. Make sure you set up an SMG, whatever SMG you're planning on using in Warzone. Right now I have the KSV and the C9. Those are my two favorite weapons right this second, along with a pistol, which is what I'm going to use as mentioned in the video earlier. Basically what I'm going to use to do most of my practice and warm up with. But now that the options are available, first thing you're going to do is click on game setup. From here you're going to want to change it from team deathmatch to free for all. I guess you could leave it on team deathmatch if you wanted to try and simulate, you know, a 1v4 situation or 1v3, 1v2, whatever the case may be. You know, if you're wanting to work on finessing and outplaying teams and things of that nature. But right now, again, my main focus is just improving my aim with my centering and anticipation and things like that. So I like to use free for all. As far as map, you know, the smaller the better. The whole point is to get in as many engagements as you can during your 10-minute warm-up or however long you decide to do this for. So my favorite map is going to be Nuketown. If you do decide to turn on the mini-map to where you can see players at all times, which I'll show you in a second, because you want to work on like being able to read the mini-map and see what level players are on, I would recommend Skyline because it does have levels to the map. So if you're running around and you see a dot with an arrow above it, you know that the enemy's above you. And if you see a dot with the arrow pointing down, you know the enemy is below you. So Skyline is a good map for working on minimap knowledge. But for the purpose of this video, and again for what I do for most of my training or practice, I like to go Nuketown. And then this is where you actually like set up the rules and stuff like that for the private match. So like I said, I do it for 10 minutes a day at least, sometimes more, sometimes less. It just depends on my day and how much time I have, but usually 10 minutes is good. I take the score limit all the way up to 100. Usually I can hit that if I do play all 10 minutes, but sometimes I feel like cutting it off early. Match start time you want to take down to 5 seconds, so that way you can get into the game quicker. Under player, I leave my max health at 100. Now if you want it to be closer to what actual Warzone is, you want to be in that 200 to 250 range. But again, I'm just working on my aim and some basic stuff, so 100 with a pistol fits my needs pretty easily. I don't mess with any of the rest of this stuff. The only thing I change on this screen is for the radar on the minimap, I change it to directional. That way they're always showing and I don't have to worry about like a little pulse going across my mini-map. They're just always kind of showing up. And then for gameplay, I turn score streaks off. Again, I'm working on my aim and centering and stuff like that, so I'm not worried about calling in kill streaks and stuff like that. And that's basically it in there. Last thing is you don't want to forget to actually add the bots. And again, I do anywhere from 8 to 9. 8's usually good. And I leave them on recruit, because again, I'm not trying to sweat. Just want to warm my hands up and practice on a few things. So, but once you have that all set up, you can just click on play, and it'll load you into the private match. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions or anything like that, comments, definitely let me know, and I'll be more than happy to respond and get back to you.